Hey everybody, it's your favorite villain turned shut-in phantom. Today, the Colosseums in Elden Ring launched. I've already made a couple videos talking about it, showing it off, doing some fights, all that jazz. But one thing I'm noticing a lot of people having a hard time with is figuring out the Colosseums themselves. I've seen some people not really knowing how to get access to it, and I've seen some people just spreading wrong information about certain things. So I'm going to explain everything out really quickly here for you. There are 3 arenas in Elden Ring. There's one down here in Limgrave, there's one over here in Caelid, and there's one up here in Leyndell. I will quickly show you the quickest and easiest ways to get to each one and what you need to do at each one in order to get access to all of the different kinds of game modes that it offers. Because it does offer a decent amount of different kinds of game modes, and you do have to unlock multiple of them to get access to it all. First one is down in Limgrave. Go to the Stormhill Shack and just run north. You can either follow this road or just run north. Either way, as long as you're going north, you will eventually come to the Colosseum. You'll see some dogs dropping. If you hear howling and dogs spawn in the sky, you know you're going the right direction. If you haven't come over here, I believe you get invaded by an NPC, but it's not really hard to deal with. If this is your first time coming over here, he's not a hard NPC. Walk up to the doors and open them. Now, it's not enough to just open the doors. If you open the door all the way, you actually have to walk into the Colosseum to get access, and it'll give you a pop-up telling you what this unlocks. Limgrave's one unlocks United Combat and Combat Ordeals, which means it's the 3v3s, 2v2s, 6-man free-for-alls, 4-man free-for-alls. If you walk up to the altar and click it, you will see what's available. Combat Ordeal means it's a free-for-all. United Combat means that it's teams. 2, 4, or 6 combatants changes the amount of people that can play it, and Spirit Ashes will be prohibited for this. And then the only venue available here is Limgrave's Colosseum. It will not stay that way. Going to the next arena, come down here to the Deep Siofra Well, and you'll have to run past 2 Golem Archers. You can completely ignore them as long as you take the path I show you here. Hop on your horse, and just run past all these rock snakes, these wormy boys that'll blow up. So long as you jump over them, they won't blow up in time to hurt you. Keep sprinting whenever you can. It won't cost you any stamina because you're not in combat. When the first golem starts aiming at you, just keep sprinting and hug to the right and run past his toesies. He'll miss. Hug the right side after that, and this archer will hit a rock instead of hitting you. After he shoots, you don't have to stop. Jump up onto this rock and hug the right side so the archer behind you will miss. And as long as you run between these 2 trees, the golem will miss. He can't stay tracked on you far enough. You do want to get moving though, because he can shoot you with the second shot. You can try and dodge that, it won't kill you. Depends on how much you want to pay attention. Walk past the pot, and then open the door. That's the second Colosseum unlocked. Remember, you have to walk in to gain access to it and get that. I believe you have to at least get that pop-up, but I interact with it just to be safe. Now you can see in the top right, a new set is available. Opening Caelid's arena will both unlock the Caelid Colosseum venue and give you the ability to turn on or off Spirit Ashes. If you were to queue up here in this Colosseum, it will always be Caelid Colosseum and Spirit Ashes will always be allowed. But again, you aren't forced to do that, and I'll show you what I mean after I grab the 3rd Colosseum. It is worth it to grab all of the Colosseums, by the way. 3rd one is in Leyndell. Go to the Erd Tree Sanctuary. Go out where you came in, so south. And you'll come across this really big branch that is covered in guardians with the flowers growing out of their back. Just follow the tree all the way down, and basically just follow the tree. You can ignore these guys. They aren't going to do anything to you. They might aggro, but they don't realize you're there until it's too late. If you really are scared of them for some reason, you can throw on either the Black Knife Assassin chest armor, or you can throw on the Hidden Body spell. Either one will keep these guys from aggroing on you. So you can just run past, drop down, and then cross this bridge. I believe the path changes if you have city or the Ashen Capital. This guy here you can kill. He's not too crazy strong. If you don't feel like killing him, you can sneak around him by crouching. But I'm gonna kill him real quick. He hurts. There's only 2 of these guys. The second one you can backstab or fully charge an attack against. As long as by the time you're like up here, you start crouching, this guy won't know you're behind him. You can hit him with the backstab, stab in the butt, follow it up with a fully charged heavy. These guys are pretty easy to stagger. But this is the 3rd and final arena. This arena unlocks duels, genuine duels. Duels, so there are 2 ways to do 1v1s, and I will show you them in a moment. But once you have this, you unlock the duel ability, Spirit Ashes will be prohibited, and you have the last venue. Now, you never have to come to one of these Colosseums again. You can if you want, but there is borderline no reason. Once you've unlocked all 3 of the Colosseums, you can come back here, and next to this fire pit, you click on it, and from this one, you can change everything. You can switch between duel, combat ordeal, and united combat. You can also change between Spirit Ashes allowed and Spirit Ashes not allowed. All 3 game modes can have it. So you can do 6v6 or 6-man free-for-alls with Spirit Ashes allowed, as long as you come here and select that. You can also change the venue, which gives me my favorite thing. If you want quick, instant matches and you don't care what you're doing, you can go any location, which will queue you up for all 3. And you can do any number of combatants with combat deal, ordeal, or united combat. You do have to choose whether or not you want Spirit Ashes though. Now the next thing that I need to point out, because a lot of people, and I've seen streamers, I don't remember his name, he was playing with Peeve, misunderstood this. So Colosseum password is for 2 things, and I'll show you those 2 things. If you come over here and you do fart, I don't know. A lot of people are probably using that password. It will restrict it so you only get matched with and against people who have the same password. But this isn't required because you can go to all players and change it to allied team only. If you change it to allied team only and you and your friend or 2 friends all have the same password, it will queue all 3 or 2 of you up against a different team that has a different password. If you are one of the streamers who is complaining, saying, it sucks, I can only play with my friends if I go against my viewers, no. Click Allied Team Only, and you will get matched against a random team that has a different password. Those are the 2 different options. You can also choose what team you're on. So if you are doing, like, say there's 6 of you and you're all in a Discord call together, you can queue up and have 3 people say, I want to be on Team A, and 3 people say, I want to be on Team B, and it will split it up. So those are the different options for how you do combat. Once you have everything you want selected, you click Enter Combat, and it will start searching. Once it starts searching, you'll be blocked from going past there, and you can't upgrade your gear anymore, but you can still access your items, you can still change your spells, you can still do all sorts of stuff. It is genuinely nice. And that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know to jump into it. You can now come back here, and anytime you feel like doing PvP, do this. You have to unlock the Colosseums on each character though. It will not all be unlocked for every character. Each character has to individually open up the Colosseums in order to queue up for it. It will queue based on your level and whether or not you select certain things. If you say Spirit Ashes prohibited, so they're not allowed, you will not be matched with someone who does click yes. There is no autofill. The closest thing to autofill this game has is being able to select any number of combatants and any location. That's the closest you got. And no matter which one you do, there's a lot of activity right now. So go on, unlock your Colosseums. If you only want one, you can only go for one Colosseum, but there's no reason not to. It takes 10 seconds of your time. If you don't do it, you're lazy. Now go enjoy beating people up and doing your Pokemon Spectrobes battles or whatever the hell you enjoy doing.